a patri, and shortly after the birth of their son Jorg in January 1919, he announced his breach with the system of Catholicism. On his discharge from the army in 1918, he had become an unsalaried lecturer at Freiburg and an assistant to Husserl, who had become professor at the university in 1916. Heidegger now began to win fame as a teacher of brilliance and insight. His lectures on Aristotle, St. Paul, St. Augustine, phenomenology, the world of our everyday experience, and the human being won him acclaim as the hidden king of philosophy. In 1923 he moved to Marburg as associate professor, and there befriended the theologian Rudolf Bultmann and began an enduring relationship with Hannah Arendt. His friendship and correspondence with Karl Jaspers had begun in 1920. At Marburg he extended the range of his lectures with courses on Aristotle's rhetoric, Plato's sophist, pre-Socratic Greek philosophy, time, truth, Aquinas, Kant, and Leibniz. He had not, however, published for 10 years. Then, in the spring of 1927, he published his great work, Being and Time, BT, in the Yearbook for Philosophy and Phenomenological Research, edited by Husserl, and also as a separate volume. His reason for publishing it was, he said, to meet government requirements for appointment to a full professorship at Marburg. In the following year, he succeeded Husserl to the chair at Freiburg. His inaugural lecture in 1929 was entitled, What is Metaphysics?, a subject on which he lectured at greater length in the following winter, though, in his characteristic manner, much of his course on the fundamental concepts of metaphysics is devoted to the apparently extraneous topics of boredom and insects. In that year, too, he engaged in public debate with Ernst Cassirer on Kant's philosophy, and published Kant and the Problem of Metaphysics. He also lectured on the German idealists Schelling and Hegel, the allegory of the cave in Plato's Republic, and the pre-Socratic philosophers Anaximander and Parmenides. In 1930, he rejected an offer of a chair in Berlin. Heidegger was deeply attached to the provincial life of southern Germany, to its small towns and rugged landscape. He did much of his writing in a mountain cottage at Pottenauberg, which he built in 1923. He disliked big cities and their social and cultural life. The Weimar Republic, from 1918 to 1933, was marked by intense cultural activity, but also by economic distress and political turmoil. In September 1930, Adolf Hitler's National Socialist German Workers' Party, NSDAP, but commonly known as Nazi, became the second-largest party in Germany. On 30 January 1933, Hitler was appointed chancellor in a right-wing coalition. The Reichstag fire on 27 February gave him an excuse for rushing through decrees conferring absolute power on the Nazi Party. On 30 June 1934, on the pretext of Ernst Röhm's rebellion, he murdered his rivals, Röhm's stormtroopers, and other inconvenient party members, such as Gregor Strasser, a left-wing Nazi more opposed to capitalism than to Jews or Bolshevism. Joseph Goebbels had been a supporter of Strasser, but was converted by Hitler in 1926 to a program that could win the backing of bankers and industrialists. On 2 August 1934, Hitler was proclaimed Führer of the German Reich, leader of the German Empire. In the 1920s, Heidegger was virtually apolitical, but by the early 1930s he had become sympathetic to Nazism. On 21 April 1933, he was elected rector of Freiburg University by the faculty, and on 1 May joined the NSDAP.